Hey, family, it's your girl, Chef Evelyn here, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new video. If you are new here, have you subscribed? Have you followed the page? Have you turned on your notifications depending upon where you're watching? And if you've been here before, are your notifications turned on? Welcome back. I'm excited to have you. Listen, I'm super excited because enrollment for the Fun Food Academy is open. I'm so excited to go on this journey with you starting February the 20th. So enrollment is open, but it closes on January the 19th. But I'm super excited because we get started on the 20th, and for 6 weeks you and I are going to be working through creating a healthy eating game plan for your life. We're going to be giving you the skills and the tools that you need to eat at home and eat healthy at home consistently, to make a permanent lifestyle change, to overcome the 6 obstacles that get in the way for us eating healthy, and to make it sustainable, but most of all, to make it enjoyable and delicious. And so I'm super excited about that. You know, it's all about bridging the gap between delicious and nutritious. And so all the details can be found at funfoodacademy.com. Do not wait. Do not delay, okay, because it's only open once a year, and so you're going to have to wait for 2021 if you don't jump in this time. So I'm super excited. This is obviously not my first rodeo. I have done this particular program live and in person in Dallas a couple of times, and the feedback was so great that people were taking the course twice. Okay, and they were still talking about it well after it was over, a year after it was over, asking me to bring it back and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited to bring it to my online family in a 6 weeks experience. And it's not like any other healthy program you've taken before. This is not about measuring out your chicken breast and steaming your broccoli. It's nothing like that at all. I'm all about it being absolutely nutritious and absolutely delicious, but also working through the obstacles that get in the way. So just wanted to say that I'm super excited about that. I would encourage you to do this course with a friend or a family member, that you do it together so you can start the year off with some great accountability. I find that has been super helpful to do that. So make sure you share this video with a friend, or share the link with a friend or a family member or your spouse or significant other or whoever, so you guys can do this experience together. So let's jump into today's topic, right? And so this is all about how to eat healthy at home and enjoy it. Now, obviously, I won't be able to go into extreme detail in this video just for time's sake, but that's what the Fun Food Academy is for. We're going to deep dive this in detail, but I'm just going to walk you through a couple of things that you need to do to be able to eat healthy and enjoy it. And I think you may have heard me tell the story that for years in my professional chef career, I didn't want to be deemed a healthy chef, that I didn't want to do healthy cooking demos. I didn't want to do healthy cooking classes because I had this belief that healthy food was boring, that it was bland, that it was restrictive, that it wasn't fun. And I didn't want to be known for those things. And then as time would have it, I would have my own health challenge and health crisis. And hopefully you haven't had to experience that. But if you have, you know what I'm about to talk about. And let me just say this before I get into that. One of the things I encourage people to do is to start their healthy eating journey and their healthy lifestyle journey before something happens. And let me tell you what was heartbreaking. After I got diagnosed with cancer, I did a course walking people through all the things that I did to heal myself and heal my body without having to do chemo, radiation, and surgery. Some of you may remember that was called the disease detox. And I remember telling people, like, don't wait until someone in your family, or, you know, even worse, if something happens to you, to jump right in, because I'm not going to do this forever. And wouldn't you know it, 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, I still get messages like, oh, do you have that? Can you? And I'm like, some people may have just found me, but some people were around, and I was like, why did you wait? Because we didn't make it a priority. So anyway, let me get back to the story. So I'm just going to say this. When it comes to the Fun Food Academy, you know, just because you may think you're healthy, because I thought I was healthy when I got diagnosed with cancer, just because you may think that everything is fine, it's never too soon to start a healthy eating lifestyle, and do it when you get to, because you chose to, versus when you have to because you don't have another choice. So anyway, so I had this this mindset that healthy eating was boring and bland and restrictive, and I just didn't want to be associated with that. And as life would have it, here I am, but I needed to find a way to make it delicious. I needed a way to make it enjoyable. I loved food, and I felt like the way most people were teaching to have a healthy eating lifestyle took the fun out of it for me. I remember, you guys have heard, if you follow the podcast, you've heard me tell the story of going into Whole Foods and crying, like literally standing there in tears, because I was like, what can I eat now? What's not going to kill me? Right. And, a lot of these documentaries or these movements, or, what I like to call these food gangs, they have this fear-based approach to food, and it's really more about being informed about your food, not afraid. And so that kind of leads me to my first point, which is you have to have a healthy mindset around food. If you believe that healthy food is not going to be delicious, if you believe that healthy food is going to be labor intensive, if you believe that it's going to be expensive, if you believe it's not going to be enjoyable, or that you're going to be on an island by yourself, then you're not going to enjoy that experience. And so one of the things I work through with my students is how to really recalibrate their mindset around what it is to be a healthy eater. So that's the first thing, is your mindset. And secondly is you have to heal your relationship with food. So, a lot of times we have people who are unhealthy eaters because they're using food as a numbing tool. And so really getting emotionally eating under control and getting to the root of that, because then if it becomes a crutch or an addiction, there's shame with that, and it becomes not enjoyable, and it's just a whole thing. And I don't know, like, food is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be delicious, it's supposed to be good to our bodies, it's supposed to be amazing. I just don't believe that something we have to do 2 to 3 times a day and it's supposed to fuel us either can only be delicious if it's slowly killing us, or can only be nutritious if we can't stand the way it tastes. I just don't believe that that's the way it was designed. I believe that we can have both. Okay. As you can see, I'm super passionate about this. Okay. And then I think the next thing you need in order to eat healthy at home and enjoy it is you need to overcome obstacles. I've been teaching cooking classes for over a decade now, and I was doing the math recently, and I was like, I'm in the multiple thousands, like thousands of people in person, online, corporate demos. Like, if you want me to come to your company, did y'all know I do that? I can come. Like, I travel and I do that. So, hit me up, chefevelyn.com. Anyway, I digress. Churches, you name it, organizations doing healthy cooking workshops and healthy cooking demonstrations. And what I know from being right there with you, with other humans, and there's about 6 obstacles that get in the way. And so one of the things I work with my students on in the Fun Food Academy is how to overcome those 6 obstacles that we all face at different times. Some of us, we only have 3, some of we have 1, some of us have all 6. I've had to overcome all 6 of those to get to a place, because it's not that we necessarily don't know what we should do to be a healthy eater, and what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat, how we've done all that research. It's the things that get in the way. And so people say, when you know better, you do better. And I'm like, well, sort of. When you know better, and then you know the things that will trip you up, then you can do better. But a lot of times we know and we still don't do. Right. And that's what I love helping my students work through, is overcoming the obstacles that trip us up when we're on a healthy lifestyle journey, a healthy eating journey. And we're just like, I keep falling off the wagon, and every year I start over. Okay. And then every 6 months I'm start over. And then I'm always talking about I'm on a new health journey. And then we put an end to all of that. Okay. And so the next thing is that you really need, I'm looking at my notes if you're wondering why I'm looking down, because I like to give y'all value. Like, if we're going to hang out for a few minutes on this video and have a conversation, then, I don't want to be wasting your time. I want to give you what you came here for. So you have to have a sustainable plan in place, and diets are not that. So being like, oh, I'm just going to go be keto or vegan or paleo or whatever, I think those diets have a place, but diets are not sustainable. I think that trying to do a short-term sacrifice wanting a long-term solution is also unrealistic. So when people are like, oh, I'm going to do this 21-day blah, blah, blah challenge or this 10-day blah, blah, blah challenge, it's not that the challenge in itself is bad. Those are great for seasons in your life when you want to detox the body or when you want to give your body a rest from certain types of foods. But to think that that is going to be the way you're going to eat forever is unrealistic. It's a great jump start, but it's not the end all be all. What you need is a strategic, healthy eating game plan that is designed around the way you live, the way you work, the way you relate to food, that is also designed to get you a further along your healthy eating journey and get you to your healthy eating goals. And so, listen, if you are in the Fun Food Academy, we are going to create that together, okay? And it's dynamic and it's fluid and it's not rigid. It's not this culinary straitjacket of you gotta fit in this box and it's a one size fits all, because it's not a one size fits all. Because one of the things I've learned about, transitioning to a healthier lifestyle is that it's a journey, not a destination. I don't wake up one day and, well, that's it. Your girl done made it. I's here now. I's here now. That's not what we do. Okay, it's a journey. And so this healthy eating strategic game plan needs to be dynamic, needs to be fluid, it needs to take in consideration life changes, it needs to take in consideration realistic life, okay, and family and experiences. It needs to have all that included in there, right? And then you need to make it easy. I think when you have so many rules and so many restrictions of what you can't do and can't have and can't, it becomes difficult. It becomes labor intensive. It starts to feel like a punishment. It starts to feel like a chore. It just feels like a burden. And I don't think taking care of ourselves well was ever meant to be a burden. I actually think it was meant to be an enjoyable experience. And I had to figure out how to do that. And I have. And I can tell you, it's a game. It's a game changer. It's easier. Okay. You need to learn how to cook better. Okay. It's one of the things we're going to talk about in the Fun Food Academy is okay, once I get into the kitchen, I'm actually okay, I'm here now. How do I make this an enjoyable experience and an enjoyable meal? And then the last thing is you have to make it delicious. If you're eating the same thing over and over again, if you're eating the same salads over and over and over again, you're not going to make it. You're going to get in a recipe rut. You're going to get frustrated. There's only so many ways you can eat kale and quinoa. Can I get an amen? Okay, even though I enjoy kale and quinoa, but there's so many more other foods to enjoy to feel like all you have to have is brown rice, chicken breast, kale, quinoa, and asparagus. There's so much more. So that's it, you guys. Those are the things that you need to do to make healthy eating enjoyable. You need to have a healthy mindset about food. You have to have a healthy relationship with food. You have to overcome the obstacles that trip all of us up if we're not careful. You need to have a sustainable, strategic, healthy eating plan in place. You need to make it easy so that you can do it continuously and it's sustainable. And then you need to make it delicious, because if it's not delicious, even if you have all that other stuff, you're not going to stick to it, because everybody wants delicious food. So that's it. I hope to see you inside of the Fun Food Academy. I'm super, super excited. And listen, you've been hearing about this for months. So if you miss out and you have to wait for 2021, that's on you. But I have made the investment so easy, so convenient, so approachable. And remember that investing in your health is never a cost or a price. It's an investment. It's not an expense. It's an investment. You will have an immediate return on that. And I can speak from personal experience. So anyway, I hope to see you in the Fun Food Academy at funfoodacademy.com. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.